Alrighty, this is a Sputnik light. It's kind of like a modern retro chandelier kind of thing. I like it because it's, it's like a Sputnik probe, like the first satellite in orbit. The Russians sent up a probe called Sputnik, and it basically is just a ball with four wires coming out the back of your antennas. It only lasted a couple days or a day or two, but it was still pretty darn cool. So here it is. This one I wanted because it was gold, brass colored, so it wouldn't darken the room. And this one has 12 bulbs. Now this does not come with bulbs. It's 12 sockets. You got to buy your own bulbs. Now the reason I want 12 is because I'm just lighting up a bedroom, and these are 1-watt LED bulbs. So the way to get efficient lighting with LEDs is you array them. You use a whole bunch of them. Don't just a 12-watt bulb won't produce as much light and will be less efficient than 12 1-watt bulbs. And the 12 1-watt bulbs will last a lot longer too, because now you have all this surface area to dissipate the heat, and plus it just looks cool. But there you go. Now what was special about this one, now this one actually came missing a few parts. I've already contacted the seller. Hopefully it won't be a problem to send me the replacement parts. I have 2 of these fixtures, so I cannibalized one to fix the other. Mine was missing the little pivot, and that was the whole reason I bought this light. It's because I have angled ceilings. So I need the pivot in order to be able to have this sit flush with my ceiling, while this would also sit straight down, instead of this sticking out at an angle out of the ceiling. So it was missing this entire piece for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's just mistaken manufacturing. Hopefully they'll have no problem sending me a replacement parts. But for now, I cannibalized the black one I have to make the gold one functional. Light wire comes through here. You'd cut this to length. It comes with extra tubes. So I'm using 2 tubes right now. And if you have a very tall, you have a 12-foot ceiling, and you want to bring that light down so it's not all the way 10 feet up, you can bring it 4 feet down. So you have these 4 12-inch tubes, 10 or 12-inch tubes, and these are your extensions to create your length right there. As far as connections, this comes off, this plate here. So you have the 2 decorative nuts holding that on. Take those off, that whole plate comes out of there. That plate is what gets mounted to your junction box in your ceiling. If you're not an electrician, if you've never done one of these, you might want to have somebody help you do it. You can do it yourself. Just turn off power. Ideally at the breaker. Make sure there's no power going to this. Otherwise, you're gonna, you're gonna dance. It won't be fun. But anyway, this gets screwed into the ceiling. This can pivot, rotate, which is good because you want to make sure this is in line with the angle of your ceiling, so that the pivot can do its job and allow you to have this hang straight down from an angled ceiling. So you would screw this into the ceiling. This would be your hard mount to the ceiling. You cut this to length, so when you know that's enough length to hang it from your ceiling, then you would cut this right about here, strip the wires, and it would come with the wing nuts or a junction block, which this comes with, to join the wires together in the ceiling, fit in here. And then this would simply fit over top of this plate and attach with these 2 bolts and decorative nuts. This way it looks pretty. So that is really cool. If you like freaky stuff like this or space themed stuff, you're going to like this. This is pretty cool. Of course, you do need enough ceiling space to actually be able to hang this and not hit your head, but you can adjust the length. Because of the angle of my ceiling, I think I need 2. I don't think 1 would be enough. I think it would hit the ceiling. So I use 2 to bring it down low enough. And that is pretty darn cool.